At the end of the season finale, we were all surprised to find out that Lisa and her longtime sidekick, Cedric, had a sudden falling out. Besides Jiggy, it was Cedric who was always at Lisa's side. Let's take a look.
Bend over, it's not gonna hurt a bit.
That's what you said last time.
Cedric's lived with us for a year, 9 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. What are you doing in here? I was very disappointed to see that under all that dynamite, there's like a 2-inch fuse.
I just hope he really is gay because he spends a lot of time with my wife.
What do you think, huh?
Oh, you must be joking.
Lisa and Cedric, it's very kind of strange dynamic.
What else was good? Give me compliments, you know I like it.
That's it, that's the only thing that's good. I would like to see things from his point of view, but I don't think I could get my head stuck that far up my own ass. If I ask you to do something, I'm sorry, you gotta do it. You live in my house, drive my car, that's not cool. I'm sorry, it's not cool.
Understand what you're saying,
It's all right for you to say we're moving on. I say when we're moving on.
He's been with us over a year. I know you feel responsible for him, but a year is enough.
It's not that I don't want to move out, but I feel, you're like my only family.
Stop, I love you, okay? Cedric's story is a painful one.
Never known my father, and my mother was a prostitute. She lived on the streets. One day she just left me at a phone booth, and she never came back. I do have demons, I'm aware of that,
I see them. I see the way you react to me sometimes. I've opened my heart, my home, my life to Cedric. Of course, I'm always there for him, but I want him to move past this.
So the two of you were quite a duo.
Yes.
And you had been in each other's lives for 15 years, yes?
Well, not as intensely as the last year and a half. He'd worked for us in London, and he came here, he kind of followed us here. We paid for all the immigration papers and gave him a job, and ostensibly supported him, treated him like one of the family.
What happened between the two of you? What was the falling out? Was it over him moving out?
Well, we kept saying, it's time to go. And
Since
really,
maybe the first episode.
Well, yeah, because he'd been there over a year. But I did feel, not maternal, but I felt protective of him because he didn't have anywhere to go. I was shocked the way things turned out. He suddenly just turned around. Ken asked him once more, can you pick up your things off the floor? He got very nasty, very aggressive. He said, I've packed all my things there at the door. And as usual, in Cedric's style, he packed them all in Ken's suitcases. But it was very upsetting, and the last words I said to him was, Cedric, I do not want this thrown back in my face. And he screamed at me, you're not my mother. And I said, I'm not your mother. But I really tried to help him. I was warned by Kyle in particular, and many other of my friends. They said they didn't like the way they felt he was taking advantage of us. And I chose to ignore it.
And so you just had a huge fight the day that he moved out and never saw him again?
No, I didn't have a fight. I absolutely didn't have a fight. He suddenly said, I've had enough, I'm going. And he left, and then within 24 hours, he called us at 6:30 in the morning and said, I want to meet you. And he went to my husband's office, and what he wanted, we weren't prepared to give him. And he said, I'll give you a few days to think about it. And Ken was, devastated.
Didn't you file a police report?
Yeah, I did, which I've never made public or said before. That's okay. But, yeah, we filed a police report. We took advice from 2 friends who'd been kind of victim to this kind of circumstance before. But apart from that, it was emotionally devastating.
He wanted money from you.
I can't say that, but he said he had no money, and he said he'd been offered to sell his story. And I said, well, this is irrelevant. He was just vile. Ken's very fair, he's very decent, and has certainly been more than generous to him in every aspect of his life. He was in my will, for God's sake. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but he was part of the family.
Did you ever question his motives?
I wish I had. No, I'm stupid. I feel a fool for being taken like that. Every word that came out of his mouth was a lie that he said to Ken. And Ken said, you're lying to me, and he said, doesn't matter, they'll believe me. He said he didn't have a family. I find out now that he has sisters or whatever. Yeah, he'll go a long way to find another idiot like me.
Since I left Ken and Lisa, I'm really pursuing the acting. I've been taking a lot of classes and, getting to auditions and getting myself out there, and we'll see what happens.
Good to see you.
Good, nice seeing you.
I am ready.
Great.
Ready and ready to go. I have practiced.
Good.
So let's see how bad I am today.
No. Confidence, my friend. Confidence.
All right, go ahead.
The argument that day that we had wasn't really the main cause of why I've decided to leave. It was really a build-up. You know, we got to where we are now because it's been building up for such a long time. It just came to a point where her ego was so big that I just couldn't take it. She was so controlling. You know, I'm not Jiggy. Bottom line is, I've got fur and I'm not Jiggy.
Turn on the sexy.
Right.
That's what you do, and you obviously do it very well.
A typical day working for Lisa would be waking up in the morning, well, being woken up by her voice over the intercom, going to the gym with her, listen to her talk, and me sit on the floor. So I was a companion. It's not like I was on a salary or anything. Being with Ken and Lisa, I was, you know, getting paid in flowers and puppies. So yeah, unfortunately, that's not a currency that's accepted very much places. So when I think about it, it just makes me sad, really, because of what they become. She's just a parody of herself, you know. Welcome to Beverly Hills. It's all about, you know, outside. It really is that shallow, and this is all they care about. And I would want to shake her and say, Lisa, come back to reality. You used to be fun. Now, people are walking away from you. Just look around you. Who's around you right now? People you've known for a year or two, these are not your friends.
Good. Much
All right.
better. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, great.
Sure, you'll
Okay.
be great. Thanks, Cedric.
Thank you so much,
Okie
Elizabeth.
dokie.
Darling.
Lisa's very good at giving an impression of herself that's not necessarily what she's actually trying to do. She's all angel face, and underneath is a whole different matter, you know, so I would not necessarily believe what she says or what you think you know about Lisa.